Hey, everybody, welcome back to another great episode of Lara Trump, Wanted for Questioning, proudly now part of Salem. I'm ready for your questions, but before we start, I'd love to tell you about one of our sponsors, AMAC. America deserves better, a fighting chance to become the great country it once was. The Association of Mature American Citizens is America's leading conservative senior advocacy and benefits organization. This is your non-woke alternative to the AARP with 2 million members strong. Americans are recognizing that where they spend their dollar matters. Giving your hard-earned money to AARP further funds the decline of American values and promotes agendas that we the people do not support. AMAC listens to their members and voices their concerns in Washington. They're here to offer you guidance, support, and address the issues that matter most in our communities. Join AMAC today and get exclusive benefits that can save you money. You've built this nation, weathered challenging times, and witnessed moments of greatness. Now you're watching it all fall apart. It's time to take a stand and join the fight. Visit amac.us/Lara. That's amac.us/LARA. Take action, join AMAC, save the nation. Now back to your questions for me. Here we go. Let's see. Question number 1. Okay. Who would you like to interview in this upcoming election year? Well, I think the first one is Donald J. Trump. He's been on this show quite a few times now, maybe 3 times, and we'd love to have him back. Obviously, he probably is a person who a lot of folks would like to interview, but I think I'd also like to go ahead and add to that list, just for the heck of it, Kamala Harris. I'd like to ask her about being border czar. I'd like to ask her why, as border czar, she has never one time been to the southern border. I'd like to ask her what it is she thinks as vice president of the United States she's done to make anyone's life in this country better. Why anyone should support her and Joe Biden running for a second term in office. I can guarantee you there will be a lot of word salad, but not a lot of answers. After I'm done with Kamala, I'll welcome Joe Biden in. He'll be over in the corner with a sippy cup of warm milk waiting for his turn. And whenever they direct him out, we're going to ask him first some questions on his cognitive ability. I've talked about that before. I think it's very important to know that a person who has the nuclear codes and a person who is supposed to be in charge of this country as president of the United States, as the commander-in-chief, has all of his or her faculties about them. And then I think we're going to get into just why it is he thinks that anyone in this country would want to give him 4 more years to absolutely wreck America. I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask the 2 of them. We'll do them individually and then we'll send them together. And I can almost guarantee you at the end of that, if we don't do the outtakes like the fake news media does for these 2, it'll be over for these 2. You're done. See you later. Have a great life. Let's welcome Donald J. Trump as the 47th president. So we'll let you know when they're going to join us here on The Right View. We look forward to that. Okay, next question. Dear Lara, what would be your unite the country idea? Well, I think people feel united whenever they're proud of their country. And I think something that unites us all is really the basic, want for all of us in this country. We all kind of want the same things at the end of the day, no matter how you vote, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, whether you're an independent, we all want to be successful. We all want to take care of our families and do the best we can there. And I think whenever people feel like things are working for them and they have these opportunities to be successful, to save a little bit of money, to have a 401k that they check out and they say, oh, that's looking better than it used to. I think those are very positive things for this country. And actually, if you look back just before COVID-19 took hold of the country and just changed the face of everything we know, you'll notice that those things were actually starting to happen under Donald Trump's leadership. Now, of course, folks on the left and in the media never wanted you to see it, but they really were happening. People were doing well for themselves. People were saving money. People were really realizing their American dream. And I think that brings us all together as a country. Success begets success. A rising tide lifts all ships. We all know all those phrases, but they are based in reality. And I really believe that allowing people to succeed and do what is best for them and work hard and earn their money and not have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet, really will ultimately bring people together. Would also help if we didn't have to worry about countries around the world possibly having us at the doorstep of World War III. But of course, Donald Trump will go ahead and take care of that for us as well. So I'm going to say success. My plan for unity is success for all Americans and giving people the opportunity to succeed. You're not guaranteed success. You do have to work for it. But I think when people understand the value of a hard day's work, that feels great. That feels good to do something like that for yourself. And I think it only further prompts you to want to do more of it. So let's be successful in America again, and let's unite in America again. I'm all about that. Thoughts on the caucus results? How are you feeling about New Hampshire? Great success in the Iowa caucuses. 51% for Donald J. Trump. I mean, that's history made, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the fact that the largest margin of victory prior to Donald Trump on Monday night was 12.8%. This is worlds above that, almost 3 times that percentage is what he won by. And I think that just speaks to the appetite for Donald Trump to retake the White House. It also was called in about 23 minutes. That is also a great sign for not just Donald Trump and his campaign, but for the country. Because for every person out there who has felt like that the current president and administration have failed them, that it feels like everything is working against you right now, that this president cares more about taking care of countries overseas than our country here, where he is actually the president. This was your moment. Iowans spoke for all of us on Monday night and really ensured that anyone who had any question about Donald Trump's strength fully understands and appreciates it now. So obviously, I was very pleased with the results of the Iowa caucuses. I think you can say that Donald Trump was very pleased. The funny thing was to see the media prior to the results coming out, like the hour before, and everyone saying, if he doesn't get 50%, well, that will be a loss for him. What, are you crazy? Are you kidding me? A win is a win is a win. And this win was, as he likes to say, huge. Now, New Hampshire is a different state. The folks in New Hampshire are different voters than those in Iowa. And we don't take anything for granted at the Trump campaign. And my father-in-law doesn't take anything for granted. That's why his almost immediately he went from Iowa straight to New Hampshire. Almost, I think there was a day in between. But he wants to ensure that everyone understands who he is, that he cares about the people of this country, and that he is ready day one of his presidency to give us this country back, because that's what it is. He's not doing this for himself. I mean, think about the fact that this guy has 4 indictments against him right now, a mugshot out there. They are legitimately trying to ruin the entire company, his life's work, ruin the lives of his children, anything they can just to stop this man. And yet he says, I really don't care, because I know this is bigger than just about me. This is about giving the country back to we, the people. So I think New Hampshire will be different. But look, we've had success in New Hampshire before. I'm going to knock on some wood and say that it'll be a success again. I will be going to New Hampshire. I imagine Eric Trump will be going to New Hampshire. And so we're going to be boots on the ground. We're going to be working hard, and we're going to ask for everyone in New Hampshire to vote for Donald J. Trump. So make sure you get out next Tuesday, January 23rd. That's when it's going down. It's a big one. So let's do back-to-back wins. I like that. That feels good to me. I'm still not tired of winning. Let's go do another one. All right, we will be right back. Don't move. There are more questions and more answers coming your way. We have a quick commercial break. All right, now I hate to interrupt the show, but if you are anything like me, you know that I take my health very seriously. In fact, With each year that passes, the goal of staying in my healthiest and best shape takes on more and more importance for me in my life. Feeling good is something I don't take for granted, and it's become an essential goal for me every single day. That means there are specific things that I have to do to make sure I'm feeling my absolute best. And one of those things is always remembering to take Balance of Nature supplements. Want to know how I chose Balance of Nature? There are so many products out there, and it's almost impossible to know that you've made the right choice. But with Balance of Nature, I know everything that is in Balance of Nature is made from whole food ingredients, just like it's supposed to be. If getting more serious about your health is something you've been wanting to commit to, I highly recommend you check out Balance of Nature. You can order them directly at www.balanceofnature.com and make sure you use promo code LARA, L-A-R-A, to get 35% off of your order. All right, welcome back. Here we go. Next question. Do you feel like jiu-jitsu is good for your kids? Oh, let me tell you about jiu-jitsu. This is really funny because had you asked me even like 5 years ago about jiu-jitsu, I would have said, I don't really know. Like, why would I put a kid in jiu-jitsu? Seems a little aggressive, a little different. And then I started talking to people from different backgrounds. Some of them MMA fighters, of course, not surprising there. Some of these folks are actors, former actors, a whole host of different people. And the one piece of advice I kept getting was put your kids in jiu-jitsu, put your kids in jiu-jitsu. And I was like, God, I guess I better put my kids in jiu-jitsu. So I did that. And what I will say about jiu-jitsu is that, number one, who doesn't want their kid to be able to defend him or herself? You know, there's bullying that goes on out there. And all I know is, and what I subscribe to, is all you got to do is punch a bully in the face one time. That's it. It's over. They're never coming back. I don't like the whole thing about, oh, let's take it easy. Just talk to them. Sometimes that doesn't work. I need my kids to be ready. Their last name is Trump. Their grandfather is the 45th and 47th president of the United States. Fingers crossed. And I think they need to be ready for anything coming their way. So not only is there a self-defense element of jiu-jitsu, but on top of that, there is a discipline that you need to have to participate in jiu-jitsu that I think a lot of kids these days are lacking. Like, let's face it, there are a lot of spoiled kids out there. Kids get everything they want. They're always on these screens and computers and iPads and iPhones and all this. And as far as I'm concerned, anything that instills more discipline in them, believe me, they get enough at home. But additional, I'm all about. I like it coming from different sources. And so to have their coach at jiu-jitsu, making sure that these kids are focused, they're paying attention, there's an element of respect that you need to have to participate in this sport, I'm all about it. And I honestly have seen very positive results, especially out of my son. I mean, he's a little bit older, and as a boy, maybe that's like a natural thing, but I'll tell you, it's had a big impact. And so I always tell people, if your kids aren't participating in sports where you can fit jiu-jitsu in, highly, highly recommend. And some of the best jiu-jitsu coaches will make your kids probably cry because they demand a high level of discipline and respect day one. And if you don't have it, they're gonna tell you, and you're probably gonna be embarrassed and have to sit in the corner or do some push-ups or whatever it might be. I'm really into that. So call me crazy. I think jiu-jitsu is fantastic for kids. And I hope that my kids soon, I think my son may do some kind of a jiu-jitsu tournament. We will report back on that, and I will let you know. Okay. Final question. Chest hair or no chest hair? Wow, this is interesting. Not too much. I can handle some. You know, had you asked me this question, it's funny because this has probably changed about me. Had you asked me this question even 10 years ago, I probably would have been like, no chest hair, get rid of it all. Now there is something that looks great about a nice, clean chest, a nice defined chest. on a man. I assume we're talking about a man, but I don't really know. This could be for a woman too. If you're a woman, I'm going to go no chest hair. But for a man, you know what? There is a nice amount that can be, that can feel clean and look clean and nice and not be overwhelming. The overwhelming chest and a back hair situation is not for me. Some ladies may be into that. I am lucky that my husband doesn't have an exorbitant amount of chest hair. It's just the right amount. So I'm a very lucky lady. And yeah, I think to each their own though. You know, there's some ladies out there that really get into that. So people have their thing. Sir or ma'am, whoever wrote this question in, I hope that you find someone who can appreciate either your chest hair or your baldness on the chest, because there's somebody for everybody out there. That's what I have found out in life in these 41 years. It's really incredible. All right, that's going to do it for us here at Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Great questions today. Thank you. Keep them coming. You can write under this episode. You can go to any of our social media at The Right View or at Lara Lee Trump, and we'll answer them. I don't see them beforehand. I get them in real time here and I answer them in the moment. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. We'll see you back here next time for more of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Nothing is worse than being on a phone call that drops. Nothing is worse than trying to text someone and you can't reach them because your phone is out of service range. And nothing is worse than supporting these major corporations and companies who don't support us. That is why I love Patriot Mobile. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless network. They use every cell tower out there available to all networks so that they have the greatest 4G and 5G coverage nationwide, and they support the causes that are important to us as conservatives. If you go today to patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump and use the promo code Trump, you will get free activation today. Again, that is patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump. The promo code is Trump for free activation so that you can get a great cell plan and feel good about doing it. At The Right View, we're very proud of the fact that we are independent. We get to say everything that we think and everything that we feel. We have no woke companies guiding us or telling us what we can and cannot say. We are always going to shoot you straight and give you the facts as we know them. And that's why it's important to support independent outlets like The Right View. My name is Lara Trump, and I think Mike Lindell is a patriot. He is someone who loves this country, is willing to fight for this country. I love MyPillow because not only are MyPillows made in the USA by American workers, but they're great products, and they're so great that not only do I use them in my own bed at night, my children actually requested. My daughter the other day went to the closet and pulled out a MyPillow and said, "This is the pillow that I want to sleep with." And I gotta tell you, she loves it and will have nothing to do with any other pillow. So it's a big hit around our house. My dogs also happen to sleep on MyPillow dog beds. So all around the Trump household, we're big fans. If you go to MyPillow.com today and use promo code Trump, again, promo code Trump, you will not only save money, but you will help us continue this show and other shows like it and help us continue the fight for the future of America.